I'm Sarah Karloff, and you're watching Drac and Karita on Transylvania tonight.
Hi, Renfield here, and welcome to Transylvania tonight with Countess Karita and my master Drac. Happy Halloween! Can you guess what my costume is? It's the costume of the first ever rat czar of the United States. And trust me, this costume scares the rats to death. Literally. You may say, but Renfield, those are just your street clothes. Well, they are. But once you vote for me and I'm elected, these clothes will be the costume of the rat czar. Every kid in America will want to dress like me next Halloween. So vote for me, Renfield, for rat czar. I promise that when you do, you'll have 2 rats in every trap. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go scare some rats. Hey, rats. Boo.
I'm Countess Karita, and welcome to Transylvania tonight. Happy Halloween! Cobblestones and gaslights, sealed crypts and gravestones, screams in the night and wolves howling in the distance. Those are just some of the sights and sounds of Halloween. But do you know why we celebrate Halloween on October 31st? It's actually a celebration of the coming of All Souls Day, which is on November 2nd. And those days leading up to All Souls Day are said to be the time of the year when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest, and the dead can actually walk among us and communicate with us. It's the most wonderful time of the year, if you ask me. To tell you more about tonight's fantastic show is my favorite spirit that continues to roam the earth, my deadest Drac.
Oh, thanks, Honey Bat, for creeping me out. Oh, hi there. Hey, it's good to see you. Happy Halloween. You know, I don't mind telling you that what Karita just said really creeped me out, you know? All that stuff about now's the time of the year when the veil between the living and the dead is the thinnest, and the dead can roam the earth with us. Oh, that's scary. Well, you know, I don't want you to think I'm a fraidy cat. Because, you know, after all, the king of the vampires, right? But, you know, there are a lot of souls on the other side of that veil that I dispatched, you know, like this guy here, that would really love to come and see me right now. Yeah, like this guy. I'm sure he's not a happy camper, right? And I don't want any of them knowing the castle address. Or the phone number, for that matter. Anyway, like Karita said, we have a great show for you tonight, and we'll get to it right after this. Can you hear me? Hello? Abdul, stay where you are. Abdullah Hajred, the mad Arab. They said he wrote the Necronomicon. That'd be a double whammy on a night like tonight. You know, the veil's thin, and the guy that wrote the Necronomicon. Not even close to being live from the Borgo Pass, it's Transylvania Tonight, with your hosts, that award-winning King of the Vampires, Drac, and Countess Karita, the darling of the undead. Join Drac and Karita for tonight's feature film, West of Zanzibar. I'm Drac. She's Countess Karina. And welcome to Transylvania Tonight.
Drac's excited because tonight we're showing one of his favorite movies.
Oh boy, we sure are. I am excited. And you know, I can't wait to get it started.
But first, let's kick off this jungle-themed show with a trip to see our friends Cupcake and Cuddles down at Cupcake's Cartoon Cottage.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's go down to Cupcake's Cartoon Cottage. And then we can get the movie started.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, that's because it's so lurid and depraved, just like you, Dennis.
Do you really think I'm lurid and depraved?
Don't you?
You got me there. All right, so let's get down to Cupcake's Cartoon Cottage, because the sooner we do that, the sooner we can get this movie started. Hey, Karina, you know all this stuff about, this time of year, the veil between the living and the dead being thinnest?
Right.
And the dead can walk among us here on earth? Well, I told you about Abdul, Is there anybody over on the other side that you think would have a grudge with you?
Well, I'm sure your ex-wives aren't very happy with me.
Yeah, and there are a few of those, aren't there?
Quite a few.
You took care of them, didn't you?
I sure did.
I knew it! She never admitted it. I knew you were the reason they disappeared. And I really miss Magda, because, she was a really great cook. Not as good as you, of course. You're the best cook, But she was okay. She was nothing like you. No. She couldn't hold a candle to you. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, she couldn't hold 6 candles to you.
Boys and girls, and welcome to my cottage. I'm Cupcake, and the silly clown next to me is Cuddles. Say hello, Cuddles. Cuddles isn't very happy today, boys and girls. Can you guess why? Well, I can guess why. It's because Cuddles is still wearing an ankle monitor. I thought they took that ankle monitor off of you, Cuddles. How long did you have it off? 1 week? 1 day? What did you do, Cuddles? Well, what should we do, Cuddles? Look inside the magic box? What do you think could be inside, boys and girls? Could it be the code to unlock the ankle monitor? Could it be a high-powered attorney to go to court with Cuddles? Could it be enough money to buy off the judge that ordered Cuddles to wear the ankle monitor? Well, let's look and see. It's a cartoon. Let's watch it now.
made of pen and ink. She can win you with a wink. Ain't she cute? Sweet Betty.
My name is Bimbo.
Can you sing, Bimbo?
I will if you play for me.
Okay.
From old Hollola, your dark and dreamy eyes, lady of paradise, my ukulele plays a monologue.
Don't be scared, Bimbo.
Musik!
You ain't seen nothing yet. Watch me. Oh, dear. Hurry up, Bimbo. Is anybody looking?
I'll fix that.
Mm.
Well, that was a great cartoon. I just love Bimbo. Now let's get back to Drac and Countess Carita at Castle Dracula. You know, Cuddles, you're kind of like my little Bimbo. So why are you still wearing that ankle monitor? Wait a minute. I read a story last week about a clown that was in a bar downtown, and he got drunk. And he went out in the street and started taking his clothes off and dancing around naked. And when the police came, he got in their car, and there was a high-speed chase. Was that you? Do you know what I think you should do now? I think you should do that dance for us. Thanks for the great cartoon, Cupcake and Cuddles.
Oh yeah, thanks Cupcake and Cuddles. And now we can get on to the movie. You know, tonight we're going to be showing you Todd Browning's 1928 masterpiece, West of Zanzibar.
It stars Lionel Barrymore, Warner Baxter, and one of our favorite Halloween staples, Lon Chaney.
Oh, I love them all, especially that last guy.
I know you do. But Drac, why do you like this movie so much?
Well, you know, I think I like West of Zanzibar so much because it takes place during a period of grand adventure, you know, when the world was a much larger and much more mysterious place. And the movie plays out like a gritty men's sweat story ripped right out of the pages of an old pulp magazine.
So here it is from 1928, Lon Chaney in Todd Browning's classic, West of Zanzibar.
So, Carita, do you really think I'm lurid and depraved?
Of course. And you're also gritty and sweaty.
Like I was ripped from the pages of an old men's sweat magazine?
Yes, a musty one.
Oh, my woman. You know, honey, you just say the sweetest things. I love you. Yeah, I don't miss any of those ex-wives.
You better not.
Nah. I mean, Candy was sweet, you know.
What?
Well, she wasn't as sweet as you are. Nobody could be. Hey, Drac Pack, you know, Halloween, doggone it, it's just about our favorite holiday of the year here at Castle Dracula.
It sure is. But every day is like Halloween here.
Oh yeah, it is, certainly. Just ask the peasants, you know. Every night's like Halloween night for them down in the village, you know. And if you're anything like us, you have your favorite Halloween traditions that you do every year, you know. What about you, Carita? What are some of your favorite Halloween traditions?
Well, I like the games we play.
Oh yeah, the games are a lot of fun. Yeah. What's your favorite one?
Blind Man's Bluff.
Oh, that's a great game. Yeah. Why don't you tell the peasants, I mean the viewers, sorry. Why don't you tell the viewers how we play Blind Man's Bluff?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. First we choose a peasant, and don't worry, we don't actually blind him. We blindfold him. And then we spin him around 6 or 7 times, and he has to find his way to safety. And again, don't worry, we don't actually blind the peasant, we blindfold him. But we do use a real bluff.
Oh yeah, and you know, it's a really high one here in the Carpathians, you know. About a 300-foot drop.
Yeah, that first step is a doozy.
Yeah.
What about you, Drac? What's your favorite game?
You know, Carita, I think my favorite game is bobbing for keys. Yeah, and this is the way we play it, okay? First we get a big cauldron, you know, a really big one, right? And then we take a peasant and we wrap chains around him and we lock him inside that cauldron, right? Then we add a lot of oil into that cauldron, up to about here on the peasant, you know? And we dump it in a box with about 200 keys in it, okay? Then we light a flame underneath that cauldron, okay? And the peasant has to keep dunking and find the key that'll unlock the lock on the chains before the oil comes to a boil.
That is a fun game.
Yeah.
It's both audibly and visually exciting.
Yeah, and you know, last year, we had a peasant that actually found the key.
On his 3rd try.
Lucky son of a serf. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to tonight's movie, West of Zanzibar. It's a good one, right? I didn't lie to you. That's a great movie.
people think of Halloween as a satanic holiday. But as I told you at the beginning of the show, it's actually a celebration of the days leading up to All Souls Day. And the tradition of dressing up in costumes actually began with some of the earliest celebrations where people would dress up as their favorite saints. So it's actually not a satanic holiday, it's a Christian one. And that brings us to our latest Drac Kazoo Blues number, which Drac will bring to you now.
Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. I heard the voice of Jesus say, Satan, your kingdom must come down. I'm gonna pray till they tear your kingdom down. Pray till they tear your kingdom down. I heard the voice of Jesus Christ. Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. I heard the voice of Jesus say, Satan, your kingdom must come down.
We were talking earlier about Halloween traditions.
And you know, just about the biggest tradition is handing things out to the trick-or-treaters that come to your door.
And I always like to see how cute they look in their costumes.
Oh, yeah. I like to check out their costumes too, especially the costumes on the little girls, because I like to size them up and make a mental note, you know, which of them will be good biting material when they're of age and young women.
And we all have our favorite things to hand out to the trick-or-treaters. What are some of your favorite things to hand out?
Well, you know, this is where we put the trick in trick-or-treat, right? Because those kids come to the door, you know, trick-or-treat, and I go and I open the castle door, and they say, trick-or-treat, Count Dracula. And I say, well, hi, kids. Boy, you all look great in your costumes. Okay, open up wide. And they all open their mouths up, and I've got a jar of those bacon bits, you know, those things you put on salads. And I shake some bacon bits in the kids' mouths. You know, they go, nummy. Thanks, Count Dracula. And I say, would you like some more? And they go, oh, yes, please, Count. We'd love to have some more. Because, you know, those peasant kids, you know, they're all kind of greedy, right?
Yeah.
So, but this is where the trick comes in, okay? Because instead of giving them those bacon bits, I've switched out the jar for a jar of those red hot chili pepper flakes. And I shake those in. Oh, you should see the look of surprise on their faces. Whoa! What about you, Karina? What do you like to hand out?
Well, I'm more traditional. I always hand out lady fingers. And the trick-or-treaters all love them. Until they find out they're grandma's fingers.
Oh, yeah, you know. But the best part is, once they find out, I get all the leftover lady fingers.
And I get to clean up the vomit after they find out where the lady fingers came from.
It's a thing of beauty, you know. Now remember, and this is very important, Halloween only comes once a year.
So make the most of it and make some great Halloween memories.
Hey, Karina, could you do me a favor?
What?
You know, this year when you wipe up the vomit, okay, don't use my shirts. Or my shorts. I don't know which was worse. Yeah. Because it wasn't laundry day yet. She took clean ones and did it. And put them back in the drawer, you know. I had every wolf in the mountains chasing me around for a sniff of Grandma's fingers. I'm serious, it's true. So don't do it. Oh, you know, guys, that embarrassing itch is back. It looks like I'm going to need to be using some Halloween Jack's Pumpkin Spice Itch Balm. Oh, it's the only thing that can get rid of those nasty itches for me, and I know it'll work for you too. So I'm going to use some right... Why, it's empty. Karina! Karina! I'm all out of Halloween Jack's Pumpkin Spice Itch Balm. I told you I needed another jar. I need it bad. Oh. Soon to be available in beef jerky scent. Halloween Jack's Pumpkin Spice Itch Balm. It's great.
Halloween Jack's Pumpkin Spice Itch Balm, available in 16-ounce jar or 5-ounce roll-on, only $19.95. Roll-on balm $29.99 with additional purchase. Call 1-555-877-8121 to order. Not available in Hawaii, Alaska, Salem, Massachusetts, Florida, North Carolina, North Dakota, or New York. Plus $59.95 shipping and handling.
autumn leaves falling and black cats all yowling, digging in graveyards, them bodies we're hauling, broomsticks with witches, monsters stitched up with strings. These are a few of my... I'm Drac, and this is the Borgo Pass Report. Our top story tonight, looks like we got breaking newses. And for more on this, we go to our Halloween pumpkin, Countess Karina. Spooky?
Thanks, Drac.
Sure.
This just in. Director Guillermo del Toro is making a new Frankenstein.
Well, that's great news.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think we can all be sure that del Toro will do it right this time and get a normal brain for his monster instead of a criminal abnormal brain.
Huh?
You know, Dr. Frankenstein messed up when he got an abnormal brain for his monster, and that's where all his problems started.
But Karina...
For more on this, we go to the original Frankenstein monster for a comment on this late-breaking news. Thank you, monster.
But Karina...
It's said that del Toro will be ready to debut his monster later next year.
Karina, I don't think Guillermo del Toro is going to be making a monster.
That's what the article I read said.
I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
Karina, Guillermo del Toro is an Academy Award-winning motion picture director. He's going to be making a new movie about Frankenstein. Not an actual Frankenstein. He's going to make a movie about Frankenstein.
I hate to correct you, Dennis, but the article I saw said that Guillermo del Toro is making a new Frankenstein.
Did you actually read the article?
Well, I read the headline, and it was pretty clear. Guillermo del Toro will make a new Frankenstein.
I'm sure he is. And the toe bone is connected to the foot bone.
I'm sure Guillermo del Toro already knows that.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Now, in other...
Drac,
Yeah, Bob?
I have Mr. Renfield on the line. You want me to get rid of him?
No, you know what? Go on. Put him on through.
Really?
Oh, yeah, really. Tonight it'll be a relief.
What?
Hi, Karina. Hi, Master. Happy Halloween.
Thank you, Renfield.
And the same to you. Now, what's on your mind, Renfield?
Well, I've been working on some speechifying I need to do before the election, and I wanted to know if I could run something past you.
Sure. Shoot.
Sorry, I didn't bring a gun, but if you tell me what you want me to shoot, I'll track it down and take care of it with my bare hands.
Never mind, Renfield. It was a figure of speech. Now go on with your speech.
Oh, okay. Friends, Romans, rat haters, lend me your ears.
Renfield, you're not going to be giving your speeches in Rome.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. How about this one? 7 years ago, we all liked rats. They were pretty tasty, especially with carrots and potatoes and garnished with flies. But they got out of hand and became pests. Now they've taken over our sewers, and you don't want them crawling up through your pipes and into your toilets, do you? Not really. Unless you could go for a quick snack. So vote for me for Rat Czar. I have a plan.
That's better.
Wait, I have one more.
Okay, let's hear it.
Mr. Disney, tear down this wall.
Mr. Disney?
Well, sure. What do you think Mickey and Minnie are? Walt tried to pass them off as mice, but have you ever seen a mouse as big as a dog or a duck? They're rats.
Okay. Well, thanks, Renfield, and keep working on your campaign.
Wait a minute, Master. There's one more thing that I need.
What's that?
Your endorsement.
Oh, well, I'm going to vote for you, Renfield.
I thought you would, but I need you to say you're endorsing me as a candidate.
Really? You need that?
Kinda.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Drac here. And this election season, I'm endorsing Mr. Renfield for Rat Czar. And I would urge all of you to get out and vote for everybody's favorite lunatic, our Mr. Renfield, for Rat Czar. After all things considered, how much harm could he possibly do? You give him an endorsement, Carita.
Hello, I'm Countess Carita, and I'm endorsing Renfield for Rat Czar. Go vote for Renfield.
Gee, thanks, Master.
You're welcome. Now get back to work.
Okay. Bye, Master. Bye, Carita.
Bye, Renfield.
Well, that's all the time we have for this time. We'll see you next time on the Borgo Pass Report.
You know, I'm pretty disappointed with you, Drac.
Now why?
You said we weren't going to dress up for Halloween on the show tonight.
And?
You've been wearing that horrible mask all night.
And now, here's an editorial comment from the Borgo Pass news director, Groucho.
Groucho here, the Borgo Pass news director with an editorial comment. Well, it's Halloween time. Are you prepared? Do you have your costumes picked out? You know, it's something you should put a lot of thought into. Always make sure you pick the right costume. You could be anything you like. Why, you could be a policeman or a ghost. Or you could be that most dreaded creature of all, that horrifying Indian telemarketer. Why, they're merciless. They're relentless. It's as if they have you on speed dial. Me? I'm all set. In fact, I'm wearing my costume right now. Why, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but Groucho, you look the same way you always do. Well, that's because I'm dressed as a famous celebrity that I'm often mistaken for in public. Can you guess who it is? No? Let me give you another clue. That's right. I'm dressed as that #1 box office star of decades past and Academy Award nominee, Burt Reynolds. See the uncanny resemblance? You can tell by the way I hold firmly onto my cigar. Among other things. I know you ladies know who I'm talking about. I know you remember that famous Cosmopolitan magazine centerfold. And I'm sure you, especially those of you over the age of 60, spent hours and hours looking at that centerfold. Why, it could have even been weeks or months, saying, "Oh, Bert, you're so dreamy. I wish I could be with you." Ah, how he haunted your dreams nightly. So ladies, especially those of you over 60, this is what I'd like you to do. Pull out that old Cosmo magazine. You know you still have it. And take another look at Bert in that famous centerfold. And, you ladies over 60, stay home. But show that centerfold to your granddaughters, especially the pretty ones, and see if it arouses their curiosity. And if so, send them my way. But make sure they're well rested, because I will be. I'm Groucho, the Borgo Pass News Director, and this has been my Halloween editorial comment. And remember, operators are standing by.
This has been an editorial comment from the Borgo Pass News Director, Groucho.
And now it's time for Letters to Drac, where you, the home viewer, write letters to me, the king of the vampires, and I answer them for you right here on the show. Do we have a letter tonight, Karita?
We do.
Ah, good. Well, let's get to it.
Okay. A viewer writes, Dear Drac,
Yeah.
I know that you are the king of the vampires, and Shakespeare wrote, Heavy lies the head that wears the crown. As the king of the vampires, I'm sure you must have had some problems over the years. I'm sure that being king has its share of stress. Are there any problems that you run into in your position? Yours truly, John Marciano.
Well, you know, John, to begin with, all right, that quote from Shakespeare that you threw into your letter, okay, that's from Henry IV, Part 2. And it actually reads, Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. You know, you misquoted it. But it's always misquoted, you know. And, you know, it's paraphrased there. It means pretty much the same thing. But boy, you couldn't have hit the nail on the head any closer. Because let me tell you, John, there are a lot of pitfalls to being the king of the vampires.
What's one of the biggest problems, Drac?
Well, among all the problems, you know, the biggest problem has to be women. You know, women. Jeez. Over half the women I meet want to birth my children. But, you know, there are only so many hours in the night.
What?
But, well, it's true, you know, there are only so many hours in the night. But let's keep it real, dog. Okay, John? You know, hey, for this blood, you know, there's only one potential baby mama in my life. Yeah, and she'd be sitting parked right here next to me. Okay? So let's keep it real. Other women stay away.
Join us again next time for another installment of Letters to Drac. Really? There aren't enough hours in the night?
Well, there aren't. It's over half the women I meet, you know. And you know, see, here's another thing. Here's another big problem, okay? When you're the king, you gotta keep everybody happy, all right? Look at her. The way she's glaring at me, I should have on sunglasses, you know? If I can't keep her happy, how am I going to keep everybody happy?
The only person you need to worry about keeping happy is me.
Isn't that what I just said? Drac loves you.
You better.
He do.
My fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your rat czar. Vote for me. Everybody's doing it. Do you doubt it? Just listen to Drac.
Hello, everyone. Drac here. And this election season, I'm endorsing Mr. Renfield for Rat Czar. And I would urge all of you to get out and vote for everybody's favorite lunatic, our Mr. Renfield, for Rat Czar. After all things considered, how much harm could he possibly do?
See? If Drac's voting for me, you should too. Drac's right about everything. Well, he's right about most things. Well, he has been known to be right on rare occasions. But he is a media persona, and he's given me his celebrity endorsement, so you should vote for me too. Now I'm going to go catch some rats because that's what rat czars do.
for tonight.
And we hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed West of Zanzibar just as much as I did. And again, Happy Halloween! We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, fly right. Well, there you have it, Karita. Time flies, you know? It's over. Another Halloween show in the books.
Yes, it's over. So can you take off that hideous mask now?
I'm not wearing a mask. No. Here.
Well, it feels like a mask, like one of those padded latex ones. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Drax Face by Dom Post Studios. Or Drax Face by Trick or Treat Studios.
That's it, Trick or Treat Studios. That's why your head looks so big.
Nonsense. That's just my ego.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just kidding. Because you know I'm very humble. Right?
If you say so.
I said so. So let's try that again.
Do you think they believe that?
Who cares what the viewers believe? You know? Oh, because I'm very humble. Right, Karita?
Right.
Yeah. Well, you know, for a king of the vampires, I'm humble. Yeah. You know, and you think she's sweet in front of the camera. But let me tell you, when the camera's off, okay, she turns on that Countess stuff and she plays it to the hilt. Yeah.
Transylvania Tonight is a Fly Right production.
I'm Renfield, and I approve of this ad.
Doc! We have a problem! The swamp is overrun!
I know! What are we gonna do about all of these rats?
Rats! Rats. Rats!
What are we going to do about all these rats?
Rats! We need Renfield.
Rats, we need Renfield.
You're right!
We need Renfield. Of course I'm right. America needs Renfield.
Yes!
Hello, my fellow Americans. I'm Renfield, and I'm here to announce my candidacy for America's Rat Czar. We all know that New York has a rat czar, but what about the rest of America? What about Bangor and San Diego? What about Miami and Portland and all the cities in between? America has a major problem with rats. Hundreds of them, thousands of them, millions of them. And I'm just the fella that can take care of it. When it comes to a pest, I know them best. In fact, I've often been a pest myself. And all the pests I know best, I know rats best. So this November, when you step into the voting booth, do America a favor and vote for Mr. Renfield for Rat Czar. And if I'm not on the ballot, Just write me in. Remember, I'm Renfield, and I'll fight for America, one vermin at a time.
This ad has been paid for by the Renfield for Czar Rat Pack and is not affiliated with The Godfather or any other organized mob figure. Honest, the mob has nothing to do with this political campaign, even though they are widely known for dealing with sanitation issues.